Sasuke Retsuden chapter just came out, and I gotta say, I'm very excited to see what the future holds for the next chapter because this chapter was pretty fight. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing how GG was interacting with Menno was kind of cool. Seeing how at the core of it all, Menno is just an animal. He's just an animal that has a personality. He isn't just this mindless drone. Because when we see GG, he actually has a genius plan to actually befriend Memo, even if it was for a second. And all the others are shocked that Memo could be so friendly and how he's been patrolling that specific cell for a number of days. And when Gigi actually had the gall to actually pet Menno, like there's no way you could get me to put my arm to pet a dinosaur. Like that just sounds so insane to me, and obviously it did to the others because Sake did not want that. Like Sake saying, "No, I'm good. I do not want to sacrifice my one remaining arm, even though I could do Hashirama cells implant and grow my arm back. Even though despite all of that, I'm just not gonna risk it anyways. I'm just not gonna risk losing my arm to a dinosaur. And it's just so cool to me seeing how Gigi was so friendly to the dinosaur that it persuaded the other guy to actually try to befriend him. But the mistake he made is that his foot was outside the cell. So Menno just instantly tried to kill him, even though there's a barricade there. So he was obviously not going to be able to kill them. And when the oil like slipped up a little bit and actually burnt Menno, Asaki kind of got a realization that the fire that they were looking at is similar to the cubic chakra, and it started to remind him of the constellation, how the constellations are actually symbols of each of the individual tail beasts. And for that, I was kind of excited to see how exactly that all will tie into this star particle or whatever. But Sakura makes a quick interjection that the minister apparently from a messenger from the minister is going to be meeting Zenzul, and so they actually make a plan to actually switch and bait Zenzul actually transform as the messenger himself. And for the messenger, I thought it was pretty cool how Sakura just knocks him out, and Sasuke actually transformed as the staff. Because I thought it would have been funny if like if the messenger had if Sakura transformed to the messenger and then Sasuke transformed as Sakura, saying how the messenger kind of wants someone alongside with him. And I thought it would just been so hilarious seeing Sasuke transform into a girl, similar how Naruto does the sexy clone jutsu. I thought it would have been hilarious to see how that would be performed. Seeing Sasuke transform as Sakura as I mean, because Sakura is a member of staff, she is a nurse. So I mean, I think it wouldn't be too far out of reach to assume that Sakura is a bad person who actually going against them, who actually has a secret agenda. So I think it would have been interesting to see that. But regardless, then Zul actually makes the meeting with Sakura, and Sakura actually is trying to stall for as much time as humanly possible. And of course, and for Sake, he obviously is trying to go inside the door because the door is locked, and it takes a while apparently to lock a door with your chakra. And for Zenzu, he kind of noticed a couple of things. One, he noticed that he's asking Sakura just to get to the point. What is the question? How far is the progress? That's the main thing that the minister wants to know. How far along the progress? And once Sasuke actually makes it down the stairs, then Zendu actually makes a discovery. Well, where's your staff? I didn't see your staff. And as Sakura be the smart person that she is, she literally had another staff on her. Like I would have definitely thought about that. Like she is so smart. Like, I definitely would have. I definitely would have think that she would have been smart enough to do something like that. That was a clever play. 'Cause I thought Sasuke would have been fast enough, just barely, to arrive it on time. But sadly, and interesting really, that Sasuke actually is in a predicament because we see that Sasuke run into a room full of chickens, and I don't know why these chickens are here. I don't know what their purpose is. It is very bizarre that you have like a chicken inside a room instead of a farm or something like that. And it's just so bizarre to me. Like you have a room of chicken where you have a prison. Like you have a room of chicken full of a prison of males and staff and all that stuff. And just when it makes sense, I do actually do wonder what the purpose is for the chicken. I actually do think it could be a bait room because like the thing is that I think them doing that it is falling for the bait and switch. I don't think that them doing that stupid. I genuinely don't think he has the capacity to fall for Sakura or Sake's trick. I do think he actually knows what the fuck's going on, especially with him saying how he's gonna keep a close eye on Sake, and he's gonna make sure that what he doesn't go unnoticed whatsoever. He's gonna make sure that he's on Sake's ass all the time if he ever does something. Ever does something that goes against the village, but I mean that goes against the prison. I mean, and we just gonna have to see what happens alongside that. But I think it was pretty interesting to see how that Sakura, the teamwork has been incredible. It has been great. The fact that they haven't been interacting for the majority of the time during their teen years. Even as adults, they have been doing spectacularly well. Now, granted, Sakura, after the end of Shippuden, they've been hanging around a lot, and that helped. But it's just so amazing to me to see how much chemistry they have. They generally do show more emotion and more. They get more excitement out of me than Naruto and Hinata. And I just think it was just incredibly awesome to see how the future will unfold for them, and especially more so now that we got the reveal of the next art in the Boruto anime is also getting animated. So I don't know how I feel about the manga and the anime being adapted back to back. Now, granted, they do this all the time with normal manga, but it's just so bizarre to me how how like a couple months ago they made this major reveal that the Sake Retsuden art is going to be animated. I mean it's going to be in the manga. Now, I just didn't like that. I thought that was very hype at the time, but now that you're announcing that the anime is being animated, a lot of people are gonna want to watch the anime to see how that do its thing. I think what they should have done is the part one of the side story of Naruto being sick. Like Kakashi Retsuden. I think they should have done that art first and then lead up to the Sake Retsuden art. Okay, I think that would have been a lot more better executed because I don't know. I don't know. I just don't appreciate it, the recycling of content, especially where this is like the third time it will be adapted in other forms besides the original source, which is obviously the night novel. But I don't know, I'm just not a personal fan of that. I think they should have just done the Kakashi stuff first and then lead up with Sake. Because Kakashi, he's a badass. I think it would have been really cool to get the backstory of how Kakashi actually became the man who he is, how he performed, how he did as Hokage, because we still never got that in the anime. And I just think it would be very weird to do go Sake and then if the anime is going to do Sake and then go back to Kakashi, it's going to leave a lot of anime fans confused. So it does make me wonder if we're actually going to get the Kakashi novel actually ever animated. I do know that we are getting apparently a new night novel, and I'm kind of excited for that. Cause I hope that would be anime as well because the Sake Retsuden manga and I guess anime, they have been popping off really well. I think they have been doing really great. Sake is just such a hype badass, and obviously Studio Period is waiting to capitalize off that hype of Sake. Now, I don't think it would be as successful as the manga per se, because it was that initial hype of Sake being the main focus. Because Sake with Rinnegan, which is chemistry with Sakura, it was so incredible that first couple chapters. But now that you bring the anime, I feel like it might spit it out just a tiny bit. We're just gonna have to see how it actually does get adapted. If they could do it better than the manga, we're just gonna have to see how that all develops. But otherwise, other than that, I think it's actually great. I actually do wonder how behind the anime will be with the manga because anime adapt manga at a much faster rate. So I kind of wonder how far along would the anime be compared to the manga. But I guess we're just going to see once the art actually starts next week. I'm assuming, but whenever it starts, I would know. It actually, I believe, yeah, January 1st or something like that. But regardless, whenever it starts, it curious to see how well executed it can be compared to the manga. But otherwise, I'll see you guys on the next one.